Yes, we're here with JaJo Couture Designs, who has actually done the Two Fly Fashion Revolution show here for the Runway Fashion Source, and I am so appreciative. I'd like to ask Janine, when did you get started in the business, and what got you started in this business?
Well, I actually started sewing when I was probably about 12. I actually ended up in the industry as a model, like most of them do. From there, I moved on to photography and eventually picked up design again. So I've been designing again for full time for about 3 years now.
Your style, your texture, how do you come about that?
It depends. I use a lot of vintage fabrics. I use a lot of silk, satins. I use pretty much everything. Whatever pretty much catches my eye. I see a design, see a style, an idea, and I usually either keep it hidden away until it wants to be used, or I usually have something right away for it. Is usually what I do.
So who do you basically target your style?
Sometimes I pull eras. Sometimes I do stuff a little more urban. Sometimes I do it very sophisticated, very European style. And sometimes I just get so crazy you don't know what kind it is.
Yeah, I noticed that this show here that your styles make a statement. What type of statements do you be really trying to project with your designs?
I guess that, to be more of a fashion leader than a follower, you see so much of the everyday mass market, everybody's wearing the same thing. A lot of women really don't like that, and a lot of people really don't know that either. So I guess I'm trying to show women that, hey, a lot of them really like to be their own person, you can be too. So I guess it's pretty much what I'm trying to go for.
So this style that you had, the designs you had on the runway tonight, which designs are those? What season those styles represent?
I have a few that are more for fall, longer gowns, jackets, pants, things like that. Some of them are a little more summery, the strapless, off the shoulder, no sleeve, things like that. I used to try to mix a little bit because there's a lot of layering. So a lot of people don't just see, oh, one dress for summer. They think, oh, hey, I could take that dress and wear a pair of jeans under it and, wear a sweater over it as well. So I try to make a lot of pieces that are versatile. You can dress them up, dress them down, layer them. And I might create the piece and have my own vision, but in the end, a lot of people have their own way of seeing things, and I've learned that a lot, among the business.
Yeah, you have taken off and doing pretty well from what I could tell. You done the Los Angeles Fashion Week.
Actually, what I did in LA was the Los Angeles Project Ethos show. I was invited to the official LA Fashion Week, but I'm actually, I was already booked for a lot of things through October, so I had to decline that. But I'm hoping to do that sometime next year.
So how do you feel about Houston and its growing in the fashion industry? Do you think we're actually taking off and we're going to get some recognition around here?
I see it coming. I've been here for 2 years now, and in the beginning it was really dead. And now that Fashion Week has been coming, I've seen it pick up a lot. A lot of people don't think so, but unless you're in the industry, you're not going to see it. But I have a feeling that after Fashion Week, we might blow a hole in the wall.
Yeah, that's just like with this show here, bringing your designs to ordinary consumers out there, correct?
Yes, I keep my market. It's not a high-priced designer label. I try to keep my label at a middle market so that the average person can still have their own custom piece, a designer piece that nobody else has, and because everybody likes to feel special, but not all of us have the heavy pocketbook. So I've tried to maintain a low overhead because I do run the company on my own. I have a couple assistants, but everything is done pretty much by me. So
Oh yeah, you do your own sewing.
I do my own pattern making, my own sewing, my own designing. Yeah, I do a lot. It's more fun to do it that way.
Yeah, you are very creative from the styles that people are going to be noticing on the Runway Fashion Source. You set a standard way above with your design. You had the audience with, oh, wow, because people don't expect to see this in Houston. That's what I found out about, per se, Texas, to compare to New York, California, Miami. People are not really fashion conscious here. They really don't put emphasis on the way they look when they go out. And now that we're growing more in the fashion industry, and as I had stated in the publication, that we're moving up there, and if we all work together and kind of like support and network each other, we can have Houston on the same level right along with the rest of them big old states that's making a mark. How do you feel about that?
That would be absolutely fabulous. Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States. It could certainly have a huge impact on the fashion market if, if we finally do blow the hole in the wall, because, hello, look how many people are here. It's just unfortunate that Houston is more seen as a business city than a fashion city, but there's so much, that's not only just fashion that's overlooked, it's music and art and everything else. Everything creative in this city is overlooked way too much, and there's a lot of it here.
So I'm hoping to see you more and experience you more with some more of my shows that I will be doing. We will definitely keep in touch, and I appreciate everything you have done, and all the luck in the world, I swear. So all I want to do is close and say thank you, Janine. Jajo Couture. Okay.
Thanks so much, Miss Baker. You're awesome.
Well, thank you too, and look for it, Jajo Couture in Houston, Texas.